wife. Giselle told CBS This Morning that Tom Brady had a concussion last season. Brady has never appeared on an injury report with a head injury. However, another Super Bowl winning quarterback and Drew Brees said he would never tell his wife if he had a concussion.
No, I wouldn't want her to worry. I'll say this. So I guess I've had one documented concussion the 2004 season when I was playing for the Chargers.
Okay.
And I obviously remember the event, the hit, and everything. And I knew that something was not right, and I knew that I was concussed. But I didn't take myself out of the game. I stayed in the game and played as long as I could until finally a coach pulled me aside and was like, I'm looking out for you here, and you're not going to play anymore. But if it wasn't for him, I wasn't pulling myself out of the game. You know, and that's why it's hard to change that mentality for guys.
And that's what it seems like a lot of people keep running up against. We bring in our NFL analyst, Jeff Saturday. What do you think when you hear what Drew Brees said, first of all, about not telling his wife, and then about the mentality where it's just sort of innate in you that you want to stay out there?
Yeah, I don't think it's abnormal for the wife thing. I mean, you know, I hear what Giselle said, and I'm glad she said it. I mean, I think it brought a great conversation, and I appreciate her saying it. Most guys, though, wouldn't say, I got a concussion. They may say, oh, I got a headache, I'm not feeling great. Because, again, you've kind of gone through this.
Where's the line there where you're saying versus a concussion?
Yeah, that's the issue, right? And that's what we're trying to get. That's what you're trying to get guys to learn to self-report. And that's the hardest part. And to what Drew said, it's all very true. I mean, listen, I played for 14 years, and for the first 10 or 11, we never even talked about concussions. And I can tell you exactly like what he said. I mean, plenty of opportunities for players all over our game. They're dinged, you know, their bell got rung, however you want to frame it.
Right.
And guys would still play. I can remember holding guys and helping holding guys in the huddle and saying, hey, go to the right. We're zone blocking to the right. And just knowing, you know, because no one thought of that as a concussion. You didn't think about what the impact that was going to have. And a few plays later, they were back and everything felt normal. But what she said about Tom Brady and about that would be typical to me. A guy goes home, he's just not feeling great. My head hurts, my back hurts, because that's when your wife is the one who sees you most, right? Much more than a trainer. You know, she is the one who's going to see a lot more of the bad than anybody else in the world. And so even getting out of bed, I mean, Teddy and I talked about it yesterday. Oh, you know, you get up, got to go walk it out for 20 minutes around the house because you're getting cramps or you're locked up or something hurts. And so they are the ones who have to be there for you and look at you and go, hey, listen, you're not acting right. For me, I had my kids actually became a very good voice for me. Dad, why aren't you smiling? You know, why are you so serious? Are you mad? And I wasn't mad. I wasn't frustrated. Just for some reason, you know, that was where I was. And that would be a telltale for me of, oh, wait a minute. You know, something may be awry here. I may go talk to the trainer if I'm not feeling. But the people that are closest to you are going to see it much quicker than you are because of what Drew says. You're so conditioned, especially his age group. And that, which is my age group, kind of before it was ever talked about, and you've played 10 or 12 years, it's hard to change that mentality.
Okay, so say you are starting in the NFL today, Jeff Saturday, with the knowledge we now know about concussions and brain damage. How would you do things differently? How would your career go differently?
Well, I think two different ways. So the way I came in as an undrafted rookie free agent, for the first few years, I wouldn't probably self-report.
Even now,
I would say that's going to be the hardest part. Guys who don't know they're going to make the team, you know, they're 44 to 53 of that 53-man roster. They want to make it. They want their opportunity to try to become a starter at some point. So it's still going to be hard to get those guys to self-report. Knowing all the things that I know, would self-report. I would say it. I coach high school football now. I tell those kids all the time, and I'm seeing a change, a dramatic change in the sport, in college, in high school, and even early on now for guys who have come through this in the NFL, the early guys. They're saying, even Roethlisberger did it a couple years ago, which I commend him for doing that, right, is that you have the opportunity to do it, and they are taking this because this is serious. And it doesn't matter. You play 3 years, you're a special teams guy, and then for 40 years this affects you. Come out and understand it's not a toughness issue. This is not something you can play through. This is a traumatic, this is a brain injury that needs time to heal.
Is there anything the NFL can do to ensure that guys are self-reporting more than they were in the past? I
really don't think so. I think I think they and the NFLPA have done a great job of putting all the things in place to try to help. You have the spiders, you have independent neurologists, you have all of those things, but you can't watch everything all the time. I mean, there's only so much you can do. You can't watch every single hit of every practice, what the guys do. I mean, it just becomes an impossibility. At some point, the players have to buy in to protecting themselves, and I think they are, and I think the communication in the locker room has gotten a lot better. Listen, when I was first playing, if a guy said he got a concussion, you were like, you questioned it, because how do you prove it, right? It's not a knee, it's not a broken bone. He's taking 2 weeks off, says his head hurts, whatever that means. Now, no one talks about it like that. They're like, look, man, got a concussion, he's out. When he's back, he's back. So I think that conversation change has begun to start and will continue to improve as our game moves forward.
And we'll see how the game evolves with this new knowledge and with guys starting to self-report and how much people can stay on the field in the NFL.